And on this episode of Not Understanding Your Audience, we have this from Bound in the Comics. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy defends The Acolyte, says Star Wars female cast and crew face unfair criticism because of the fan base being so male-dominated. Well, first of all, the reason why these Star Wars shows and movies are being so criticized is because they're terrible. That's why. And Disney is focusing mostly on female characters because they know their stuff is crap. You cannot tell me that they realistically saw the line, somehow Palpatine returned, and said, you know what, cinema. Print it. Don't explain it. Don't dive into it. Just go with the line, and everyone's gonna love it. And The Acolyte, we're only a few days away from this show coming out. I'm looking so forward to this show. It is going to be an absolute disaster. I am going to love every single video talking about this show, episode by episode, talking to you guys in the comment section. It's going to be a fantastic time for me. It's not going to be good for Disney, though. They know it's going to be one of the lowest watched shows, one of the worst rated show, one of the most highly criticized show, and that is why, as I've said many times in the previous videos, that's why they're focusing so hard on the things that do not matter when it comes to constructing a good storyline. The race, gender, and sexuality of all these characters. Now, out of curiosity, in terms of female characters, did anyone ever say a bad thing about Princess Leia in the original series? Did anyone say, no, I'm not going to see this movie because of girl bosses and Mary Sue's and stuff like that? Was that ever a phrase ever used back then? What about Padme? Did anyone ever say, no, I'm not going to watch the prequels because Padme is, Mary Sue character and everyone hates her and girl boss? Oh, okay. Clone Wars TV show. Did anyone ever say, oh, Ahsoka Tano is just the worst character ever made, I can't possibly stand her? No, right? Ahsoka was one of the best characters in the entire show. And it was one of the best character developments I've ever seen in any TV show also. Same series, Ventress. Did anyone not believe that Ventress was a badass Sith Lord? Did anyone ever go, oh yeah, Ventress, there's no way realistically she would beat anyone in a fight? It's like, no. Ventress would destroy everyone. Cause she's awesome. Okay, Rebels TV show, Hera was in that. Did anyone crap on her continuously? Bo-Katan, she was in the Clone Wars show. Did anyone ever hate her? Rogue One, Jyn Erso, did everyone hate? Playing Battlefront 2, Ayla Secura. Did anyone ever say, oh man, I hate doing the Felucia map because I just hate playing her so much? She was one of the best characters in the entire game. I think, if anything, she might have been one of the strongest characters in that game. No one had a problem with her. They have a problem with them now, though, because the products are crap, and they know that. They're gonna gaslight us. They're gonna go all out with the Acolyte. They're gonna pull every trick in the book and just again focus on race, gender, and sexuality as the reason for every single negative criticism. And it's not going to work. It does make me wonder who the hell Kathleen Kennedy has dirt on in the world of Hollywood, because you can't fail this many times in a row. You cannot continuously keep failing like this. I read recently that Disney hasn't made the money back yet that they bought Star Wars from George Lucas. They haven't made the couple $1 billion it costs to buy this IP. They keep losing money continuously. And with Disney Plus, with all of their shows that are costing well over $100 million each, they ain't going to make that money back anytime soon. I do somewhat wonder if Bob Iger knows that. Could he really be that far gone? Is he just being controlled by the BlackRock and the Vanguards and the DEI organizations out there? Or does this man realistically believe that, yes, Kathleen Kennedy is the best person to lead this company into the future? And with the whole, female lead stuff, and people are saying, oh, people don't just like females. Did Cinderella do well as an IP? One of the most popular Disney movies of all time. Did that do well? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, did that do well at all? Alice in Wonderland? Recently, Moana, Tangled. Did people not like Beauty and the Beast back then? Little Mermaid? The original Little Mermaid. No. No, not the new one. The original Little Mermaid. Did anyone have a problem with that movie? Sleeping Beauty? Frozen was a $1 billion movie. Lady and the Tramp, Inside Out? How did all these female-led products from the same company, that's Disney, how did they get away for like 100 years making all these female-led products? How were they able to keep the lights on at all? Oh, it was because back then they made good products with characters that just so happened to be female. So in the end, obviously, we all know The Acolyte, it's gonna fail. It ain't getting a second season. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. I just wonder if Disney knows that. If Kathleen Kennedy knows that. If Leslie Headland knows that. Do they all realistically think that this is going to be the greatest show of all time, though? Or do they just sit back and go, well, we are going to make the most righteous show out there. We're going to make a show that it's going to honor all the people that are not this, I guess. So with The Acolyte, we're going to get a lot of people defending this online. They are going to be hardcore about it. They are going to gaslight you. They are going to shame you. But in the end, even they know the product's not going to be good. And that's just going to be hysterical to watch this company, again, lose hundreds of millions of dollars, not entertain a single person, and fail 1,000 times over again. But in the end, what do you guys think about that?